Hello,
Hello.
Floris.
Hello, Petra.
How are you?
Good. And you?
Great. I'm fine, thank you. Floris, it's so lovely to meet you on Zoom, and thank you so
Yeah,
much for talking to me.
pleasure.
Um, I saw on Facebook that you graduated
Yeah.
from the MDW, and you said you wrote there that you've been there for 6 years. So tell me, what brought you to the MDW?
Yeah, I came to Vienna initially for Professor Boris Kushner. That's
Yeah.
what was back in 2013.
Mm.
And after 2 years studying privately with him, combining that with my studies in Brussels, I wanted to study somewhere officially and to get a diploma. And then I heard very good things about Professor Christian Altenburger. And I contacted him, and he agreed to take me into his class. And then I started because I wanted to study officially. And then with Professor Altenburger, I went to the MDW.
Oh, I see. Good. And you studied the violin.
Yes,
And
classical violin.
yeah. And where did music start for you?
When?
Yeah.
Yeah, it started when I was even before I was born because both my parents are classical violinists.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and my mother, I was born with Mozart's Piano Concerto number 23. And so
Yeah.
I listened actually, yeah, before I was born. But I really started when I was 3 years old. I started the violin.
And that was inspired by your parents. I mean, did they encourage you always?
Yeah, they encouraged me. They didn't put pressure on me because they
Yeah.
wanted me to be happy. They wanted me to be not only focused on the violin, on music only, but have a general education. So I studied Latin and mathematics in high school. It was only when I was 17, it became clear that the thing that I love the most is the violin.
Mm.
So I wanted to continue my studies, and then I went to Brussels to the Chapelle Musicale Reine Elisabeth, the private school, and then I went to conservatory and to Vienna.
Okay. And you are from the Netherlands.
I'm from Belgium.
Sorry?
I'm from Belgium.
Oh, you're from Belgium. Oh, I see. Okay. Now I
Yeah,
thought your name was sounds very Dutch. Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people think that. That's true, and
Yeah.
I even have the color of my hair is orange, and
Mm.
this is the flag of the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not the flag, but it's a symbol for the royal
Oh, I
family there.
see. Yeah.
But I'm Belgian. Although I live very close to the border of the Netherlands.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And in Belgium, as I mean, the training that you got there, was it what made you come to the MDW? What you say it was the professor that made you come.
Yeah.
Is that something that you young musicians aspire to, is to come to the MDW? Because I see many students from all over the world come here.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know about the MDW. To be
Yeah.
honest, I really came only at first for Kushner, and then I came for Professor Altenburger. But
Mm.
I have to say now, I have studied there. I have to say it's a really amazing place, the MDW. I've
Yeah.
been in 5 other conservatories and schools,
Mm.
and it's by far the best school. And you have like such a good atmosphere, but such a professionality. You have everywhere good classes with good pianos.
Mm.
It's so professional, and it's not only the violin or not only music, but also general education about yes, physical education, yoga, or mental training,
Mm.
or also about like business, like music management.
Mm.
And this is so great about the MDW. Um, and I didn't see it. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah. What also struck me about the students of the MDW is that they speak so highly of their teachers or their
Yeah,
mentors or their professors. And even in the time of the pandemic, you know, I got the feeling that the support from these professors and these mentors were extremely valuable for the students as well. Did you find that also?
definitely. Yeah, I I have the impression that the teachers there, not only the violin teacher, because Professor Altenburger is really so nice, a nice human being. He really encourages you and in every aspect to give the best of yourself.
Mm,
But also the other teachers, like I said, there's like this physical education and even psychotherapy. You can get psychotherapy, which I took 3 times because a pandemic. When you see that all your concerts get cancelled and you see that classical music or music or art in general doesn't have a value in the society anymore, you start having doubts and
mm,
you don't. I personally didn't feel well. I mean, the first half was okay, but then I prepared an audition and it got cancelled and I was in a bad spiral. So I took this opportunity to get 3 times psychotherapy from the university, and it helped me a lot. It helped me really
really.
a lot.
Mm. Amazing that that was available for you, you know?
Yeah, for free. Um, this I remember that this existed because in one of my classes, the teacher Coretta Kurt told me that there is this possibility. You have to wait a couple of weeks, but it's definitely worth it.
Mm. And now I've been talking about you young students a lot because I've photographed also many students of the MDV for my project. Um, and I had a much sympathy for you because I know even I think it must have been 2 years of graduation processes that have been affected, and now you are also in that year group that was, you know, so your last year basically that would have been your year of auditioning, and you're saying now that many, you know, that of your auditions got cancelled.
Yeah.
How do you feel now? Do you feel that there is a possibility that you can now pursue your career?
Yes, I've the hope has come back. I just witnessed a lot of new opportunities are coming to me, new auditions, but also new concerts. So now hope is again within me. I feel better.
Mm. Oh, that's
But
great.
yeah, it was especially like from December until 2 months ago that it was the hardest because it was not clear when it would end. But now, somehow, with the vaccinations, it looks like everything is coming back.
Mm. So there
Yeah.
is, yeah, there is possibilities for you. Um, Also, you know, you just mentioned something about the value of classical music, and that you felt at the time that that you were not valued, or that classical music is not valued. But do you think it could be a something that we should now start to consider, that young children get exposed more to classical music, and maybe somebody like you could be the inspiration for a young child to also not necessarily pursue a career in classical music, but be interested in classical music. And
Yeah.
you had the advantage that your parents, so you were born with the sound
Yeah.
of music in your ears, and but many children are not.
Yes.
Can you see that something like that is a possibility?
Yes, it's very important. I see my cousins, the brothers of my partner, they have 2 little children, 3 little children,
Mm,
and they react so much to the sound of the violin. They want to know more about it. They want to touch the instrument. Of course, you have to be careful with an expensive violin, but they are very curious. So it's also proven that it's good for the brain. So even if you, when you are 18, you decide to stop completely the music and violin, it has helped you. It's so important, and you can enjoy music maybe that you couldn't enjoy, because yes, some classical music takes a little bit of education to enjoy, but it's such a tremendous benefit if you can.
Yeah.
I believe.
No, that's true. And I think the more children hear it and more they're exposed to it, then of course it creates a love and an interest for them. And like you say, the fact that they could hold the instrument maybe and you know, little things like that, I think is so important.
Yes. And they can express themselves as well. It's something important that you learn to express yourself. And some children, some people have this opportunity more through music, and then it should be available for them easily.
So tell me, what is now on the horizon for you? What is the next step for you?
I have some concerts coming up this summer. I have a band in Belgium who are ginger like me, and they are coming. Yeah, and they're coming to Vienna, to Austria on the first week of August.
Yes.
Having a little tour, one concert in Theater am Spiegelberg on the 3rd of August, and then one for live music now for an elderly home, which I really like as well, like to engage for people who can't attend concerts, to engage socially. It's really beautiful. And then we have one in Purkersdorf, where I live with my partner, in Neulengbach, and one in Tirol.
Oh, okay. And but remind me the name, because I saw on your Facebook also this group.
Yeah.
What are you called?
Floris and the Flames.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay, so now I know where the name came from.
Yeah, you understand.
Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Oh, I love this idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It was spontaneous. I mean, the name didn't come from me; it came from the bass player. But I really like it, and you know, the idea of this music is as well, people who are not necessarily interested by classical music, and children, or every person who doesn't know about violin and classical music, can be in touch with that through the idea, to make it more reachable.
Yeah. I mean, the name sounds very much like, you know, it doesn't sound like a classical.
No.
It doesn't have that ring, but it's great. But so, what type of music do you play?
We play two types. We play, on the one hand, we play classical music in a Flames version. So we transform the classical music, we arrange it with a friend of mine. He's composer and arranger. And we arrange it for violin, bass guitar, piano, and drums, and electronics. On the other hand, we compose our own music, and we like here to improvise and to be creative with music as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you play like contemporary works?
I mean, it's not classical music, so we don't play contemporary works. But for example, from Philip Glass, we did a mashup with his violin concerto, the second movement, and piano phase, his from the Glass works.
Yeah.
And the opening. And we take from Glass, like we create a Glass piece atmosphere, which gives you like a kind of flow, repetitive, minimal feel.
Yeah.
We create kind of our own music, but based sometimes very loosely on classical pieces.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I would love to hear that. And maybe if you are all together in Vienna, we could make a short Zoom call, and you could we could talk about the concert. That would be great. Yeah. Good. But now tell me, just on a lighter note, what is your pre-concert habit? What do you do, or your
Yeah.
ritual? What do you do before a concert?
What I really like to do is doing some yoga before the concert
Oh,
because
okay.
it
Mm.
centers my mind and it warms my muscles. It warms my muscles so that it's not cold and stiff, but it's a bit warm. And my mind has to be in the moment, so I don't think about the future or the past, what can go wrong, what who was there in the concert, but I try
Mm.
to rest as much as possible in the moment.
Mm.
That helps me.
Okay. And do you eat a meal before the concert?
Yes, I eat like 3 hours before. I like to eat something more heavily, like pasta or bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 3 hours or 4 hours before, and then just
Mm.
before the concert, the classical banana or some nuts
Oh,
or
okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah,
And then I spoke to a violinist, and he told me, and I never knew this, but shoes are very important for a violinist.
yeah. That's
I
true.
never knew this. Yeah.
Yeah,
So what is your shoes like that you wear?
yeah. The shoes that I prefer are the barefoot shoes. Vivo Barefoot. They make like a feeling that you are barefoot.
Oh, okay.
And I saw them first time when I played with Matthias Schorn, the solo clarinet of the Vienna Philharmonic. He was
Mhm.
we played Brahms quintet or Mozart clarinet quintet, and he was playing with, I thought, socks.
Yeah.
And then I asked him, "Are you playing with socks or are these shoes?" And he said, "These are Vivo Barefoot shoes,
Yeah.
which look like socks because they are every toe is separate."
Oh, I
And
see. Yeah.
yes, and then I went to look on the shop, and then I saw some other shoes which didn't have these little forms, but which look more normal, but they're a bit broader on at the front. So I bought them. So if it's possible to play with these shoes, I played, but they are not classical standard like
Oh, okay.
really shoes that you can play with on an official concert with orchestra. You have to have
Yeah.
this leather type of shoe,
Mm.
which I also have, but it's more narrow, and I like the other shoes more if I can choose.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because of course sometimes you have a dress sense to adhere to that you cannot do that. Yeah.
Yes, there are regulations, but it's true that like Menuhin said, music starts in the feet,
Yeah.
and this feeling of being grounded, I have this the most when I play with the barefoot shoe because it's like I would play without shoe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is, I really didn't realize this, but
Yeah,
it's, I mean, it makes total sense if you think of it,
yeah,
the way
yeah,
you stand, and of course the way you hold the violin, and so on.
yeah,
But Floris, this was so lovely to talk to you.
yeah,
And I would so love to meet you and the Flames before your concert here in Vienna. And
yeah.
we have,
Would
would
be a
that be
pleasure.
possible? Yeah.
Would you be in? Are you living in Vienna?
Yes. Yes.
Because I could try. I mean, for the Spiegelberg concert, I don't have any free tickets, but for Purkersdorf, I could. I think it's even here in Purkersdorf, it's even free. So you
Oh,
could
I see. Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
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 And yeah, it would be a pleasure to
That would
meet
be
you.
lovely. Yeah. Now I would love to hear you and
Yeah,
see you perform together. That's
yeah,
very interesting. I'm very happy that there was something about your post that you wrote, the gratitude that you displayed,
yeah,
that caught my eye. And I'm very happy that I wrote to you and that you
yeah,
responded to agree to this interview. And that you talk so highly about Professor Altenberger,
yeah.
and the MDW. I
Pleasure.
think this is my feeling that I get from all the students also, that they are, very happy to be taught there. So
Yes, it's really
yeah.
a privilege.
But Floris, have a lovely weekend,
Thank you.
and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, thank you for asking me. It was a pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see
All
you
the best.
soon.
Have a nice weekend. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.